And our consent agenda starts with a review of the board meeting minutes and closed session minutes from January 20th, and the special board meeting minutes and closed session minutes from February 10th. All the board members have those minutes in front of them. Did anyone have any questions or comments? Do I hear a motion?
Accept.
I'll second.
Moved by Paul, seconded by, by Doug. Any questions, comments? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Sounds unanimous. The January Treasurer's Report. Paul, comment?
Those are made. Everything's fine. Doing well for this time of the year. It was about 40% of our budget. We're over 50% through the year. We're doing well.
Questions, comments for Paul? We accept the Treasurer's Report as presented. Confirm March committee meetings and school board meeting dates. Let's start with the board, I presume, on March 17. And then committee on the 10th. Does that work?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're set. Next committee meeting night is March 10th. Next board meeting night is March 17th. And on to information items. First on the administrator's report.
Good evening, everyone. A couple of updates from the state legislature regarding some pending legislation this month, in this session for sure. First off, they're looking at relaxing the 180-day school day requirement, but maintaining the minimum requirement of instructional hours. So there seems to be increasing support in both houses of the state legislature to, again, relax that 180-day requirement, but maintain the minimal instructional hours. Secondly, something that's going back and forth between the Assembly and the Senate is an accountability bill related to voucher schools, choice schools, as far as being on the same playing field with public schools related to their test scores. And it sounds like the Senate is going to convene a smaller committee and try and get together on some similar thought with that. At the end of January, there's a physical education bill circulating the legislature that they had a hearing on that would require elementary kids to have a half hour of FIED every single day. I never heard the results of those hearings, or if it just died at the committee level, but you should just be aware of that in case that becomes law. You know, the follow-up to that is if it does become law, is it required that a certified FIED teacher actually teaches that? Working classroom teachers pick up the extra sessions of FIED that might be required. And then the fourth and final piece of the legislation that continues to be a hot debate, but support from it seems to be draining a little bit, especially in the public, is what's called special ed scholarships or special ed vouchers for schools, for parents that have special education children to take their child to a school that would be approved to accept special education vouchers. Congratulations to a couple of staff members this evening. First off, to Emily Brown and Joanne Nelson. They did a fantastic job with the annual WASLF celebration up at the high school a couple of weeks ago on a Friday evening. It's just amazing and it's impressive. A real source of pride with what you see our K-8 kids doing, musically speaking. And I also want to thank Beth Kurz and Gina Underly because they've done a lot with the forensics teams over at Fox River. They actually hosted a regional meet a couple of weeks ago. First time in several years that we've been able to do that, so they've done a really nice job with that, getting kids involved. Just a reminder that the primary election for the school board is tomorrow. We have 3 candidates running, and citizens will be allowed to vote for 2 of those 3 candidates. Those 3 candidates are Dan Bowser, Tom Hoffman, and none other than Jordan Carwick. So those 3 individuals are up for primary election tomorrow, and then the top 2 individuals that get the votes would will be on the spring ballot in April. And the last thing, I received a special package in the mail from WASB, and it's actually recognition for one of our board members. And I'd like to recognize him right now. I'll read the letter from John Ashby, he's the Executive Director of WASB. Enclosed are the WASB recognition certificates and pins for your school board who attain new levels of service in the WASB Member Recognition Program in 2013. Unfortunately, the board members who were not in attendance at the regional meetings this past fall were recognized directly. So if you would kindly present these certificates and pins at an upcoming board meeting, that would be appreciated. WASB is proud to recognize the school board members for their efforts in leadership and board development through the membership recognition program. And again, that is from John Ashby, the Executive Director of WASB. So Dan Jensen, you're being recognized tonight from WASB with a certificate and a pin for achieving a level 1 accomplishment as far as your award service and training and development opportunities. Aside from those recognition pieces, just formal notice of the second readings of policies 353.1, 361, the appendix page 2, 364.1, and 370. And then 323, the special observance, that is the guideline to that policy. And policy 832.1, which is the registered sex offender notification piece. All those will be coming for action later on in the agenda. And then also first notice of some policy updates for policy 330, 342, 345, and 371. And all those policies have been through Policy and Curriculum Committee.